Okay. Hello, this is our presentation, a group's presentation for methodology in teaching grammar. My name is Rabiatul Adawiyah.
My name is Syakilla Evoniely.
My name is Chatrine Agnes.
My name is Veronica Lynette.
My name is Darvikka Subramaniam.
And my name is Nureen Binti Gani.
Okay. Moving on to our introduction for this assignment. So, grammar. Teaching grammar refers to the process of teaching uh, uh, the rules and structure of language, including pronunciation, meaning, and the history of words. It emphasizes the use of grammar for effective communication. Various approaches have been proposed for teaching grammar, that is including introducing, discovering, and practicing through activities and games involve other language. So, grammar teaching involves the building of awareness of language used from earlier stages and scaffolding knowledge based on language development. It is to understand grammar concepts such as adjectives, adverbs, nouns is very crucial to language learners because it is the uh, I can say it's the base for communication and understanding English in general. So to teachers, it is very crucial for especially us for future educators. It is very important for us to be able to teach our students grammar. That is basically the short summary of our introduction. Next, I will pass it on to Darvika.
Okay. Review of articles, method use and relation with pedagogical theory. Based on the article, mind map is thinking tools for concept how the human brain process various thought and information. Mind mapping is usual to visual portrait that relation ideas, words, or other items around the center idea or keyword. To form a mind map, the center key are arranged by branching out the subtopic related to the main idea using color, image, symbol, and curved line. As stated before, the use of various unique color, images, symbol, curved line in heavy encouraged to be applied to mind maps. According to John Frederick Herbert, there is five components of pedagogical, which are preparation, presentation, association, generalization, and application. Thank you.
Next,
So next is relevance and effectiveness of mind mapping. Based on the article that we chose, the researchers have conducted an experimental assessment related to grammar using mind mapping. It is apa kau dibuktikan? Dibuktikan.
Sure.
It is showed that by the researchers that mind mapping is very useful for students, especially for
Low proficiency.
low proficiency students to learn grammar because grammar is basic for in learning English, and without basic grammar and a solid knowledge for grammar, students cannot learn English well. And it also has a the researchers also explained the advantages of mind mapping for students. They agree that grammar is important, and without solid knowledge, it will be hard for students to be more cooperative in classroom, especially during English class. For personal opinions, provide it mind mapping provides students with a thorough understanding of complex rules and patterns of the language by graphically organizing and linking different grammatical topics. Uh, they help students to understand concepts by breaking down into smaller parts and the technique is used to develop new ideas for better understanding of the existing information. That is all for me. Thank you.
Next slide, please. So, for the outcome of using mind mapping, so basically, from our research on the article, mind mapping is like an easy way to place information to the brain and take information out as well. Uh, uh, so basically, every students have different educational needs. Some learn to visual, and by using mind map, they can use it to assist them for managing thoughts, directing learning, as well as making connections. Because some students have a very hard time um, uh, elaborating one idea. So by using mind map, they can use it to branch out ideas and make it like a full-on excellent and articulated manner in a more articulated manner. And another use of mind map is they help teachers to measure students' ability to understand topics. And I want to press on this very important key point is that by mind map, it helps students with memorization because as students ourselves, we do not want to like read like a whole white paper, just text and paragraphs like that. We love seeing visual, colorful imageries, lines, symbols, and that's why by mind maps, it helps us to focus on the important things. We only need to remember the short description, so as keyword, and that's it. That is why it significantly is a helpful method for students and thing that teachers should use in classroom settings. And also, by using mind map, it is one of the ways for like an active learning for students in the classroom. So like students absorb the knowledge they learn, and mind maps provide a succinct summary of topic and make the material easier to comprehend. Next,
So by moving on to the next article, which is for short stories in classroom. So in method and pedagogical theory, based on the article review, short story replaced the traditional way of learning English in the 21st century. So by using short stories, students will be able to read authentic text and benefit from the advantage of literature. So by incorporating short story into English language teaching aligns with contemporary pedagogical theories and approach, such as communicative language teaching, task-based learning, and the use of authentic material.
Okay, so for the next is the relevance and effectiveness of using short story in a classroom context. Based on the article, the researcher formed into two groups as the experimental and the control groups. In the control group, English is taught by the traditional way of using course book text, while the experimental group, the students are taught by using the short story. The result of this test show that the experimental group's grammar results were higher than the control group. Asymptotic significance value was used to analyze if there's any difference in those two groups. And then this study relates that short story included in English teaching class can help to boost grammar knowledge of young learner and their ideas about literary texts might change positively. That is all.
So moving on to personal opinions for short stories, it provides a natural context for encountering and understanding grammar structure. So rather than the student learning grammar in isolations, student will be able to see how grammar is used in authentic language settings by using short stories in classroom, which this will help the student to grasp the nuance of grammars rules. Thank you.
So for the next part, which is the outcome of the teaching method for short stories build intrinsic motivation and the participant express that they enjoy. As based on this article, the researchers studied that half of the participants stated that the existence of literary text has a good effect in language teaching. And then um, the students also have a pleasure of reading, and by having this habit of reading, it helps students to make improvement in all the academic fields and lessons. And then through this, based on this article, they also decided to analyze the grammar score through Wilcoxon sign rank test to see the effect of use of short stories. So based on the test, they are able to conclude that short stories does have a positive effect on students' grammar knowledge. That's all from me.
So, in conclusions, the current grammar teaching mode in English language teaching may not meet the actual needs, and there is need for a countermeasures to address the problem in grammar teachings. So that's why we, by reading this article, we think that mind mapping and short stories needs to be added in classroom teaching in a way that we can learn grammar the easiest way, and it is proven that student abilities can be enhanced in a few aspects, such as understanding of the complex rules and patterns of the language by graphically organizing and linking different grammatical topics. And this one is for the mind mapping. And for short stories, like I mentioned just now, it provides a natural context for encountering and understanding grammar structure. So the use of mind mapping and short stories in the English language offer a holistic approach to grammar learning by integrating language skills and communicative competence. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So that is all for our presentation for methodology in teaching grammar. Good night. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.